bronze medalists from earlier this year, Jwala Gutta and Ashwini Ponnappa. Following this women's doubles, we'll have men's singles and then men's doubles. Well, if you were with us yesterday, you will have seen Jwala Gutta in the mixed doubles, going down with partner Diju Valiavitl. Going down to the Danish combination, who have been in terrific form, of Joachim Fischer-Nielsen and Christina Pedersen. So we'll be hoping for a better result today as far as Indian fans are concerned. But it's a tough matchup, I can tell you, because Mizuki Fujii and Reika Kakiiwa are not only the number 3 seeds, they're the number 3 ranked pair in the world. Jwala Gutta, the left-hander, and Ashwini Ponnappa, 18 in the world ranking. Super Series ranking of 12, down a couple of places actually in the Super Series ranking since last week. But for the Indian combination, this is their 12th Super Series event of the year, so wonderful supporters of the Super Series. Well, for all 4 players on court, making their first appearance in women's doubles at the China Open, Jwala Gutta is the only player who's played here previously. That was a couple of years ago in the mixed doubles. She and her partner lost first round. 41-16, very nice win-loss record for the year. Translates into 4 finals, having won 2 of them. One in the German Grand Prix, and recently winning the Bitburger Grand Prix as well. Runners-up at the All England Championships and also at the Indian Super Series event. India came into this Super Series for the first time this year. There is 22-year-old Ashwini Ponnappa, born in Bangalore, not seeded here, and their world ranking, as I say, of 18. Well, their previous best this year, and what an outstanding result it was reaching the semi-final of the World Championships in Wembley. Bronze medalists, of course, therefore. And they have a negative win-loss record for the year. 1 semi-final, 1 quarter-final, and 6 second-round losses, 5 first-round losses. Well, there's an interesting statistic. 1 win apiece. This is the 3rd meeting between the 2 pairs. Last meeting was in the Korea Super Series event, and of course Korea was the first ever Premier Super Series. This also a Premier Super Series event, this China Open. 5 tournaments a year of the Super Series have that status. So we look at our court officials for this women's doubles. So for Jwala Gutta and Ashwini Ponnappa, first round victory over the Australian pair of Chu and Viren. Second round victory over the sisters from America, Aris and Rena Wang, who in the first round had beaten the number 5 seeds Chen Wen-sing and Chen Yu-chin. Well, I say beaten them, they were a game up when the Taipei pair retired from the match. And as far as the Japanese pair are concerned, Fujii and Kakiiwa, first round opponents, former world number 1s from Malaysia, Chin Yi and Wong Pei Ti. 21-14, 21-19 in 50 minutes of play. And then in the second round defeated the European champions, Valeria Sorokina and Nina Veslova. of Russia. Well, Ian, you were saying to me earlier on that you thought, obviously with the slow conditions, which we've already talked about, that it would probably suit the style of the Japanese women's doubles players here.
That's my fear for this match, really. The Indian pair, they like to be very creative, they like to play an attacking game, and this is probably not the best hall for that style of play, whereas the Japanese pair are very happy to rally, play out very patient, long rallies, work their opponents around, and that is probably the tactic of the hall, you'd have to say.
Oh yeah, nice smash from Ponnappa. Great placement.
Yeah, that's well placed, but I think we're going to see Ponnappa have a lot of work to do in the rear court, because Gutta will be trying to get into that net position the whole time. It's going to be a real test for Ponnappa, I think.
Yeah. Gutta loves to go forward. She reads the game so well. And that said, when she's in position at the back of the court, she's got a heavy smash.
Yeah, she hits hard.
Yeah. It's interesting to me, Ian, the fact that, you know, prior to the World Championships, there's an awful lot of talk about Saina Nehwal, the women's singles player from India, and her chances of a medal. She, I think, was seeded in the top 4, and it was this pair, this women's doubles pair, that came away with the medal. And to me, they are big match players. Come the Commonwealth Games last year, they weren't expected to win. They win the gold medal. World Championships, big match players again. Did very well.
Well, it's clear. I mean, Gutta in particular, she likes the big occasion. She thrives on it. She's got that sort of character. And, you know, she comes up with some amazing results, you have to say. Physically, she's not in the best shape of the girls, you'd have to say, but she reads the game so well and compensates for maybe that physical weakness by good anticipation and creating some slightly different angles with the left hand. The one thing with Gutta is she's always interesting to watch. She will always try to dictate the game, no matter what the situation. She'll always try and take the play and change the tactics and dominate her opponents tactically, which makes her matches very interesting to watch.
Yeah, expanding on that point a little bit, I mean, I love the way that she really goes for it at the front of the court and tries to intercept shots that perhaps pairs like the Japanese pairs in general, they're coached to be much more steady. So you rarely see them taking the half chance at the net. Everything's about percentages. And I like to see players being adventurous. I know sometimes you coaches keep saying to us players, you know, don't do too much of that. You've got to do it at the right time in the match. I understand that. But from a spectator's point of view, she's great to watch. There we go.
Yep, you don't want to be playing up that left-hand side of the court when she's in the front court. That's a powerful finish, reads it well. Stepping across, doesn't have to move too far. No problem.
Just taking it too late, deep in that backhand corner.
Interesting there. Gutta almost using a mixed tactic when she was in the rear court, played a slow drop, followed it in. Quite unusual to see in ladies doubles. But that's how this combination works. Gutta's very much the playmaker, and Ponnappa's expected to keep the shuttle going, place the smashes well and try and get a partner into the game from the rear court.
Yeah, and Ashwini Ponnappa is a very good athlete. Very quick, very agile. Yeah, but there's the playmaking that you were talking about.
Yeah, good pressure from a partner in the rear court, gets her into the game. Smash on the body, and then Gutta again down that left-hand side, very dangerous. Good reach as well, good interception. There was a lot of talk around the Commonwealth Games, wasn't there, going into the Commonwealth Games, that it had been a deal that Ponnappa would play doubles for the year, but after the Commonwealth Games she'd be allowed to go back and concentrate on singles.
Yeah.
But with the gold medal, all bets were off, and a good job it was with the World Championship result.
Yeah. First ever women from India to take a World Championship medal. It's a pretty special record to have. That can never be beaten, can it?
True enough. Of course, Gutta with a characteristically was very quick to point out that she'd got the first one, not Saina. All the publicity had been for Saina.
Yeah, well, Gutta has just been awarded one of the top sports award in India.
And to be fair, I think she's really earned it.
Yeah.
You know, that World Championship medal is really something. And it was following up a very, very good home Commonwealth Games for her.
And that coupled with all her mixed doubles results in the past and present, she's still doing well in mixed.
Yeah, a bit unlucky really. That it's going to be very difficult for her to qualify in the mix for the Olympic Games with a partner. Diju having missed miss almost a year out, really, with that back injury and the surgery he had. They're going to struggle now to qualify, which is sad because they're definitely a top 16 level pair.
Yeah. Well, she put that away well. Yeah, she just doesn't look as comfortable at the front of the court. Ponnappa making the error. It's always delightful to see the politeness of the Japanese players. They turn a little bow to the court officials as they leave the court.
Yeah, as you said on that last point, Ponnappa not a natural front court player, but Gutta spoken a lot about it, that she specifically chose someone who was a very mobile player, very strong player from the rear court that would allow her to take chances and get to the front of the court. But of course the tactic of all their opponents will always be to try and push Gutta to the rear court and to leave Ponnappa exposed in that front court position where she's not as comfortable.
Yeah, it was clever. Just gave it enough pace to make it very awkward for Kakiiwa.
Yeah, Gutta will be aware that neither of these Japanese girls are really positive front court players. So when Gutta does get into that position, she will try and take them on and mess them around in that front court, mid-court area.
Well, Ian, we've talked an awful lot about the Indian combination. What about this Japanese pair? I mean, here they are, number 3 in the world.
Well, it's amazing, really. 12 months ago, they were probably the 4th or 5th Japanese pair.
Yeah.
They probably weren't ranked at 3 in Japan. And here they are. They've had an incredible 12 months.
Yeah.
You know, certainly the reaching the final of the All England was a real breakthrough result for them. But they've been able to follow that up. And they've become a very difficult pair to beat. They're very consistent, they defend very well, but they move the shuttle around very well. It's not just about getting the shuttle back, they're actually quite creative in defence now.
There's Kakiiwa. That's great defence.
Yeah, and there's the danger of attacking Gutta when she sets up in defence down that centre line with the left hand. She's very aggressive, and again, you can see her already moving forward after it.
Luck of the net cord and the back level.
Again, drawn into that trap of playing up that left-hand side of the court. Ponnappa worked it well. Got a partner into the game down her favoured side. And that's what I'm saying about combination with the Indian pair there. Ponnappa played a really good block in defence, and she actually took a step back because she knew her partner was coming in.
Yeah.
They've got a very good combination, this Indian pair, and it's very easy to go on and say, right, we're going to push Gutta to the back of the court and work her there. It's easier said than done, because they've got some very nice set plays and good understanding.
Another nice block.
Yeah, and again, it's Gutta that's in after it.
It's a good rally.
Yeah.
Yeah, good patient play.
Very good from Ponnappa in the rear court. Lots of variety. 2 or 3 times she tried to set Gutta up on the left-hand side of the court there. Didn't work, but she didn't overforce afterwards. Went back to basics, went back to the centre of the court, kept the rally going.
And a run now of 6 straight points. From 10-13 adrift. 16-13 up. Two Japanese coaches. There's the head coach, Park Jubon.
Just missed it, but the tactic was clear from the Japanese, not letting Gutta come in after her first shot, hitting back to her in the rear court, keeping her in the rear court, and it was from there she made the mistake. Change of pace from Ponnappa from the back of the court had the desired effect. Yeah, that was nice again. Again, she went for the big smash down the line. Gutta couldn't quite intercept, and again, she was patient afterwards, went back to the centre, as you say, took the pace off the shuttle, and that just forced the mistake from the Japanese pair.
Well, the Japanese pair are really trying to pressurise Ponnappa. Trying to keep Gutta out of the game. 206. Well, Ponnappa's hit on at 210. 210's 131 miles per hour. Even with slow shuttles, it's pretty good going.
It is in the ladies' doubles, yeah. That's strong hitting. Power isn't really paying in this hall this week, you'd have to say. It's more the precision of the smashes that's winning the points. That's better pressure from the Japanese pair in the front court this time, following in. Technically not great, but took the shuttle early.
So all level once more.
Yep, that's dangerous. Playing the block in front of Gutta when she's in the front court. She's by far the best front court player in this match. Japanese give her opportunities like that, it's going to be very difficult for them. Since the interval, it seems to be Fujii that's been given the instruction to try and get forward. Try and not leave as much space on the front court for those blocks in defence.
She served and didn't really sort of, she just seemed to crouch down, didn't really sort of impose her presence on the net.
No, it was a good serve and didn't take any advantage from it. As you say, she was hiding really.
It's gone wide.
Yeah, you can see the idea, not wanting to play straight there, knowing that Gutta will be looking for that. Just overcooked it out the side.
No, it's nice.
Yeah, just took the pace off, saw the space.
Yeah, it's good judgment from Ponnappa because I think Gutta was calling at her to take it. Courage. And they've earned themselves a game point. Seeded pair from India. Oh, my goodness. That must have been close. 20 all. And will require extra points until there's a 2-point winning margin.
Yeah, I think it was close from the way Fujii looked immediately at the lines judge.
Well, that could be costly, that error at the front of the court from Ponnappa. Because now, having saved a game point, Japanese number 3 seeds have a game point themselves. Oh, she's found the line. That's incredible. What a great smash to close out the opening game. Pinpoint accuracy. And she was under pressure because Gutta had moved forward. And look at the sheer delight there from Mizuki Fujii. 22-20 that opening game in favour of the number 3 seeds, Fujii and Kakiiwa.
That was interesting. Telling Ponnappa to relax and enjoy herself on court. Obviously felt she got a little bit stressed at the end, and maybe that did cause the couple of vital errors at the end there in the net position. Maybe just gripping the racket a little bit too tightly, a little bit stressed. Certainly I felt at the end of that game it was Fujii that made the difference there. Was a little bit more creative, tried to take the front court a little bit, and then at the end was very, very positive in the rear court.
Jwala Gutta on the left. It's at his academy in Hyderabad, where national team, most of the national team train.
Yeah, you don't want to be giving Gutta free shots like that on the mid-court. You've got to make a move, go and fetch the shuttle. When she's got time, she'll always find an angle, try and go for something. That was a good shot.
Just missed it. Yeah, I have to say I did wonder after not converting that game point in the opening game how the Indian pair would react coming out to the start of this second, but I have to say I've been impressed. I know it's very early stages, but they've continued to look positive. That's a very good sign.
Yeah, I'm sure they felt they had a good chance in the first game, and they've got every chance in the match. Good court coverage again from Ponnappa. Covered 3 corners, 3 consecutive shots, and then finds the winner. It's good play. Stepped up in defence, took the shuttle early, learning from a partner maybe. It's a good shot.
Just managed to make Gutta turn to play this interception. Shuttle had gone past her.
Yeah, just caught a little bit flat-footed there, reaching rather than moving the feet to it.
Situation like that, I wonder whether perhaps Fujii should have just lifted the shuttle, given it a little more air, given herself more time to settle in the defensive play. Yeah, that's a much more positive rally from the number 3 seeds. Well, once again, Gutta played the drop shot and moved forward. And her partner wasn't alert to it.
Yeah, didn't give her partner a chance there. We can see it. She almost knocked Ponnappa out the way to try and get to the net there. Left her partner no chance. Good awareness from the Japanese pair, though, to find the space.
Really working Jwala Gutta at the back of the court. All.
Yeah, nice channel attack. It's more positive from the Japanese. They seem to have come out in this second game looking to attack a little bit more, try and take the initiative away from the Indian pair. First game they were very happy to let the Indian pair play and just try and play counter. Certainly being a little bit more aggressive here.
Looks towards the back line as if to say to herself, you should have left it, it was going long.
Yeah, not giving the Indian pair as many opportunities to get into their favoured formation at the moment. They've increased the intensity of the rallies a little bit. Indians having less time on the shuttle, less time to try and take the initiative.
It's a good return of serve, good pressure. The call from Gutta to her partner to leave it.
She should know. She ran straight past it to try and get into the net. Saw the line of the shuttle as she was running in underneath it. Had some success going to the centre of the court, Japanese pair.
Oh, that's a super drop shot.
Yeah.
From Fujii.
And better tactics, more aggressive. Ponnappa in the rear court put pace on, and Japanese flattened out the defence, which again took Gutta out of the net position and created the space. More aggressive defence. And again, aggressive in defence and following it in. That's the difference so far between the two games.
Yes, and it means a 3-point advantage for the number 3 seeds here at the mid-game interval in the second game. Don't take chances at the net. But the net from Ponnappa lifted.
Well, she doesn't get many chances to get in there.
No.
Certainly in the first half of that game, I can't remember her actually being in the net position to take a chance. Again, it's the drive defence from the Japanese that creates the space.
It's gone wide.
Yeah, centre attack again, flat to the centre, allowing them to get up the court. And of course, forcing Gutta to stay off that net position. You can see she's on the back foot there.
That's nice.
Again, Gutta being driven off the net though, and not giving her time there at the moment. Yeah, well-placed smash. Ponnappa trying to anticipate forehand defence and the shuttle just being hit firmly across it. Again, drive defence, not allowing Gutta to follow the shuttle in.
Oh! Good rally. Well, when you see the Japanese pair play like this, where in the second game, far more aggressive in their style, you wonder why they don't play like this the whole time.
Yeah, I think in some of the quicker halls, the drive defence probably doesn't work because it'll drift out the back of the court. But in this hall, the Japanese will be difficult to beat because they can use drive defence and keep players off that net position, and that suits their style of play.
playing on Gutta the whole time. Yeah, it's a good rally. Well worked by Jwala Gutta.
Yeah, she's taken a few deep breaths after that one, though. She's not used to being kept in the rear court that long.
Yeah, toweling down as well. Gain extra time.
But that's what the Japanese have done well. The Indians are having to work a lot harder for their points in this second game. They're not falling for the set plays.
I told you she had a powerful smash, 2-14.
Yeah, clever return of serve. Gutta trying to go to the tee to give herself a chance to intercept the third shot, but it was pushed firm. The return was pushed firmly past her. Partner having to pick it up, slightly unsighted, made the mistake.
Oh, that's great defence.
Yeah. Again, that drive defence been really effective in this second game. Ponnappa puts pace on. Japanese hit it back even harder, giving Gutta no chance to intercept in the front court.
And now the number 3 seed's just 3 points away from a place in the semi-final. I understand the desire to just mix up the pace because everything they've been hitting hard, as you've pointed out, Ian, has been driven back by the Japanese pair. And if we're just throwing in the drop shot. And there's another drive defence. Means that the Japanese pair of Fujii and Kakiiwa have 9 match points. Convert on their first opportunity, and having survived that game point in the opening game, in the second, altogether more aggressive in their defensive play, more tactically astute. And with the power smashes from the back of the court just not penetrating today in these slower conditions, slower shuttles here in Shanghai. Made it awfully difficult for the Indian combination. There's confirmation of the score. 22-20, 21-11.